Kathy Fishing. Welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another house video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about getting ready for the spring. Striper season is right around the corner. I'm going to talk about the products I'm going to be using this spring, and I think you guys should pick some of the products I'm going to talk about so you guys can perfect, so your striper season can be perfected. So I'm going to cover rods, reels, tactical gear, footwear, bodywear. I'm going to cover a bunch of different topics. So let's dive into the video. So first up is the Tsunami Forged. This is a forged lineup, and they came out with a conventional reel, but these are the new lineup that Tsunami came out with. But the Tsunami Forged and SaltX lineup are new lineups for 2024. And here I have the Tsunami Forged. And some top features: TCG high quality reel seat. A very high quality reel seat with a carbon fiber insert. It's pretty nice to have on a Fuji reel seat. In the Tsunami Forged lineup is that they did high pocket grips. And pocket grips are supposed to reduce slip when you're holding onto the butt. So I am left-handed. So when I'm casting, I'm like this, and then cast. So sometimes when I'm fishing with different types of grips on the bottom, my hand slips and I can lose the whole rod. Like the whole rod can come out of my hand. With these pocket grips, it reduces the slip so my hand is very firmly tight on there with the new pocket grips. It is probably one of the highest quality reel seats that you can get on a surf rod. It can fit the palm of your hand perfectly. Look at that. Look at that. It fits in I can grip the reel seat very tightly on there. And it looks nice too. They also did a double lock, so you can really lock into your reel. And they did a 70-30 split. So they did a shorter insert, a more shallower top. As you can see, this top goes into the rod, but it is deeper. So the insert goes deeper into the rod blank. Here's the ratings. I have a 8.7 medium. It could hold up to 40-pound test braid, half ounce to 2.5 ounce. And here's the top of the rod. And as you can see, a very long insert, so it can go into that deep pocket into your rod. And they did a matte finish blank, so it's super smooth. And they also did a matte finish on the guide wrapping. Sometimes when you're casting it out there, the guides will slip out with regular epoxy wrapping. Sometimes when the epoxy will crack. This is made matte finish, so most likely, and it won't come out the guide. Just like this. There goes my boot. But it can go nice and neatly in, and it's much longer to take it out. I move forward to catch some big striped bass. And the reel that I have is my Tsunami Victory 1000 with 30-pound test braid. Very super light and very sweet setup. Now I'm going to talk about tools that you need, because you're striper fishing out there, you do need certain tools. So here are the tools that you need. You need scissors, pliers, and a dehooker sometimes when you're out bait fishing. So let's talk about the scissors. So the scissor brand, this is Cuda scissors. And let's take a moment and breathe the beauty. Look at these scissors. Beautiful. So these scissors are made with a fish scaly grip. See there? So your hands don't get tired when you're cutting bait up, bloodworms, bunker, or clamps. And they're actually made of titanium, and they're actually made of stainless steel titanium, which is really nice because this makes probably one of the lightest scissors I've ever held. So the scissors are lighter. That's weird saying that word multiple times. The titanium shears are lighter, so the scissor is much lighter to have in your hand. So it's very nice to have these scissors. Now with this big scissor, this is the biggest size they have. I'm gonna be using to cut bunker, cup bunker, hole bunker, and clams and big bloodworms and big baits like that. They also came out with, and this is for cutting smaller baits like small bloodworms. And the smallest scissor is actually to cut braid. So very nice to have scissors like these. These scissors are going to be a little pricier just because you get, titanium shears, but it's very nice to have that luxury on the scissors. Next, you need pliers, and pliers are very important to take out the hooks out of the fish's mouth, because sometimes if you don't have pliers, you reach your hand in there, grab the metal lip, and you're right, and the next moment later, you're in the hospital. No. You always need pliers, and probably the best pliers that I own are these Tsunami 6-inch aluminum pliers. As you can see, they have these ridges right here, so your hand just slips into those ridges, and if you get for me to slip out of my own hands, and when it gets wet, these pliers won't go. It's very nice to have those little ridges. And this plier is made out of stainless steel aluminum, and they did a bigger size so you can fit your hooks in there, just like that, so you can grab your hook and pop it out. And they also added some braid cutters, and these braid cutters are super sharp, so in case if you lose your scissors, you can cut braid. So it's a luxury to have those braid cutters on these pliers. Now for you bait fishermen, I see you in there. We're all bait fishermen. I don't like to bait fish, but I got it in me somewhere. Of course, you catch trash fish. You catch dogfish, spiny dogfish, and skeets. Trash fish. Sea robins, fish that we don't want to catch, even though they're fun, but we don't want to catch them while we're striper fishing. We need this thing. And sometimes the pliers will do it, and the pliers most of the time will do it, but if the hook's too deep into the fish's mouth, you need a de-hooker. And the purpose of this de-hooker is it's to de-hook the fish, and it's much easier to de-hook the fish with these de-hookers. Now this is a tackle de-hooker, and as you can see, it's made out of a high quality grip. So the ridges, the palm of your hand fits neatly onto those de-hooker. And sometimes, when you're using a de-hooker and the wire pops out, or the wiring of the stainless steel de-hooker, of the main part of the de-hooker, sometimes it bends. But with this de-hooker, even if you heat it up, this de-hooker won't bend. So it's nice to have a de-hooker just like that. And I always have a de-hooker in my bag when I'm bait fishing on a pier, dock. It's very important to have. And another tool that you need is a box or a bag. And here that I have in my hand is the jig box. It's really important to say the jig box in a deep voice. But the jig box is a highly marine grade made box. And sometimes when you have a regular box, sometimes the hooks pop out. Your circle hooks, your jig heads, your flies, you're carrying out, you're fishing, and you slip, and your bag falls, and your hooks and everything are gone on the floor, and it's a total mess. This box was created to make sure that your hooks, your jigs, your bucktails don't come out. And this is the larger jig box. They come in two different sizes. They come in a large and a small. The small size is made, to put your jig heads, your tall jigs, Ned rigs. But we're here for stripers. So this larger jig box is made, to put into your bucktails, your teasers, your flies, even your circle hooks that you need to use to catch striped bass with bait. Baits or your jigs or hooks, like you basically put them upside down and slide them into the little ridges that are right here, and they won't come out. So it's very nice to have a box that's made this, and we're gonna do the test. Shake test. Up and down test. Upside down test. Open upside down test. But it's very nice to have this box for your hooks, jigs, and lures. Now, tackle, lures, hooks, leader line. You need that to catch fish. And like I said, you also need to use circle hooks for bait. And my favorite circle hooks are these Tsunami Saltex Inline Perfect Circle Hooks. This is the 30-pack, 6 O's. And these are small hooks. I get a lot of questions saying, why are these hooks so small? Like they're super There's super small hooks compared to a regular 6-0 hook, which are probably 5 times bigger than a regular Tsunami Saltex 6-0 hook. Well, that's to prevent from the striped bass, because sometimes when you use a bigger circle hook, they'll still tend to swallow it, even if you have an dead-on inline perfect circle hook. And the way you want to check it out if you have an inline perfect circle hook is, if you can see, the barb of the hook lines up with the eye of the hook. So it's going from the barb to me, to the eye to my face. So that's the way you tend to tell if you have an inline perfect circle hook. But it's smaller, so it can prevent for the striped bass swallowing the circle hook, even if you have an inline. So it's very nice to have a circle hook just like this size, to fish for striped bass. To fish for striped bass with, you need inline circle hooks. And to fish with lures, you need a leader line. And this is the Tsunami Pro Grade leader line. And I've used this leader line for all my types of fishing. Bass fishing, striped bass fishing, tog fishing, fluke fishing, off of boat for sea bass, a lot of different types of fishing. And I love this Tsunami Pro Grade because it's super slick. I've caught my personal best fluke, blackfish, striped bass, largemouth bass on the Tsunami Pro Grade because it's super slick. Because if you take a look on the if you take a look at 50-pound test fluorocarbon or monofilament, the line is very thick, and sometimes when you're fishing with soft plastics or hard baits, you'll lose sensitivity or you'll lose the feeling of the bait. This Tsunami Pro Grade is not, it's super slick, so it's super sensitive too. So you could pick up, you could feel your jig, your soft plastic, even with the circle hooks. It's super slick, so it's even better, using this line for certain things. And now moving on to hard baits. Hard baits are very important because sometimes if they won't hit any other types of bait, you need different presentations. And Tsunami came out with 2 different types of baits. Last season, they came out with the Tsunami Tidal Pro iPops. Incredible little baits that come in 5-inch and 4-inch. Matte finish clear coat design, line through design, and also come with Tsunami Salt X treble hooks. And very hard 175-pound O-rings. So what that means is when I say line through wire design, it says that what I'm going to mean is the line ring connects to the hook ring. If you can see that. And it makes for the bait to walk better. So this line through design is very important and it comes in different key special rules. And with the matte finish coat, again, it walks better. So with this popper, with this eye pop, it works like a spook, a pencil popper, and a popper. So all three different actions for the same bait. Here's the 4-inch and 5-inch. Just incredible looking baits. And also, a new bait that came out for this season is the Tsunami Tidal Pro Twitch bait. And you may think to yourself, wait a minute, but didn't they come out with the 3-inch Twitch bait? They did, but this is a 5-inch version. Now, all the same designs that came onto the iPod are on this Twitch bait, except for the popper. Line through design, 175-pound test O-rings, Tsunami Salt X treble hooks, matte finish, and clear coat design. It's just a very great looking bait, and the retrieve on it looks incredible. So when you go faster, the retrieve goes a little faster. When you go faster, the bait wobbles side to side much faster. So it's not that wide of a side to side wiggle. But if you go slower, it's like this. It glides. And then if you twitch it, it goes all the way to the side. Twitch it again, it goes all the way to the side. It's important for that bait to swim. Now, footwear. You know, you have your stocking waders or your boot waders, and you rip a hole in them. Hole rippers, see right there. You know, it's tend to happen. You rip your waders on a rock or a piece of structure. You break your boots. It tends to happen. This boot is made by Flip Rock Extreme Footwear, and this is the boot that they make. Now this is a high quality made waterproof boot. This is a rugged as can be boot. As you can see, it's very slick, has a very nice design, and actually on the bottom over there, I forgot what you call it, but I'll write it right here or here. It supports your feet. So when you're walking or you're on a boat and you're standing up the whole time, your heels and your foot don't hurt for most of the day. And what's really nice is that this is waterproof, so you could put on your stocking waders and you could take it onto the beach. And as you can see, a rugged bottom. But I don't know if you can see it right there. You stick your finger and you pull these 2 pads off, and you actually put on corkers. They make corker pads that you can put on these 2 areas. And you can wear it on a jetty or rocks. It's just a very high quality boot. And an extra strap, so tighten that up, make sure no water gets in. It's just a very nice pair of boots. But last but not least, the Tsunami Salt X Surf Top. And this is, it's in the name, it's a surf top, but it's a very nice surf top. So we're going to start from the bottom. Now here, as you can see, it's a pouch, and this is a zip-up pouch. So it's a very big pouch, so you can put your leader. So you can put your leader, your shads, and you can put many other things. And as you can see there, you zip it up. Punch it down, and there, no water is gonna get into that pocket. So your phone, wallet, whatever you have in your pocket, it's not gonna get ruined. Now, if you move to the top, they did the same design for the zip up. So it's a water resistant zip up, so no water is gonna get into that. And if water gets into that, which is not, you also have this protective layer, which is actually pretty nice to have, because sometimes water creeps in there and your shirt gets wet and you can get frostbite or your shirt can get ruined. But also to prevent that from happening, if water slips from the second protection, they also added a neck guard, so you can protect your neck and no water is going to get in there, as you can see. And you also have this zip-on hood, so you can tighten that bad boy up. No water is going to get in there, which is pretty nice to have, because sometimes water gets into your back of your head if a wave hits you, so it's nice to have that. Now for the wrist, as you can see, it's a belt wrist, so you put it through this little holder there and zip it on tight. But what's nice is that they added a water resistance, so this is going to prevent water from going into your wrist. So I know the other way. I can put my wrist in there and tighten it up, and my hand comes out. But what's pretty nice is you can see it looks bigger, but this foam right here prevents water from getting in, so it shrinks into your wrist. So it's nice to have that on the wrist. And to add it more for water resistant, it's also wind repellent. So when I'm out here on a windy day on the surf or in the back bay, I'm gonna have wind insulation, which is really nice to have, because sometimes it's not raining, it's sunny, but you have high winds and it creeps into your bones and you're cold. So it's nice to have that on a surf top. And this is probably my favorite jacket. I wore it from the last season, so I've had it for the past season, and I'm excited to keep wearing it on and put some nice fish slime on it. But that concludes this video. So I've talked about everything that I'm going to use for this 2024 striper season. I'm excited to get on the water, catch some fish on these cool, amazing products, and I'm very excited to take this new gear from Tsunami, the new Tidal Pro Twitch baits, the jig box, Uncle Mo's the hooker, pliers, circles, everything on this table I'm excited to use for this 2024 striper season. But I want to thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share it to your family, friends. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps us so much. But don't forget to make sure you click on this video right here.